Hey guys, it's Gadget Pendragon. Some of you who had my personal page already know where I might be going with this and everything. Why it took me so long to do this one for this page and everything was because I wanted to try to be as professional as possible and everything. Because my personal page is where I break down mostly and everything, but this is the professional page. And a lot of people said I owe you guys also here my thoughts and everything about what's been going on with Jason David Frank. Because many people knew I was friends with his mom. And it was over a stupid, funny comment on his page that I ended up being friends with her. And just being accepted, besides other outside influences, into the Ranger family and everything and stuff. I'm closer with a few other Rangers, but not as much as Jason, because Jason was always busy and stuff. And it's almost a week that he's gone, and it's still a shock to everyone. What I'm upset with is the fact of all these people who want to speculate, who want to blame people because they don't know the whole story. I don't even know the whole story. Nobody will know the whole story except for Jason. He is the only one that will know the whole story. And you have to respect Tammy, Jenna, and everyone in his family, his other 3 children, because right now it's hard for everyone who knew him. And I'm trying to be very professional because it is upsetting of how people have been acting. And the reason why is we don't know the whole story. Yes, they say suicide. Yes, they say something else. They say something caused it. They say Tammy did this. They say this. No, guys, please stop right now. We do not know what happened. There are videos, yes. But we do know this. We have to be civil. We have to look at all the facts. We have to look at everything that's going on and wait for them to tell us. I love how these other social media sites and everyone is coming out saying this and that and everything else and all that. No. My biggest mistake was I put my phone on voicemails to be sent because I was at Anime NYC. And I wanted to see my friends. I wanted to see Johnny because I had worked with him at Anime Boston when I was a volunteer at Anime Boston. I wanted to see Jeremy. I wanted to see Rico. I wanted to see Bryce. I wanted to see everyone that I knew, either by acquaintance or best friends, you know? Especially Bryce, Jeremy, and Johnny because of Anime Boston and my connection. But that Sunday, it was a comedy of errors with my Wi-Fi not working. I sent all my phone calls to voicemail, to everything, because I knew the way conventions are. Sometimes you can't get a signal out or anything. And then somehow there was a post from The Legend of Traveling TARDIS with Jason's picture holding the TARDIS. And I was like, oh, maybe they're promoting the White Dragon movie and stuff. Now I'm going to start. If you guys see a tissue, don't worry. It's just when I start crying, I get runny noses and tears are falling down. So when I try to hold back my tears, so I got this ready in case because I'm trying to be very professional. So it was just one of those days. And then when I get home, I find out from my friend that it is true. Now, there's rumors of people passing. There's rumors of everything. Because with social media, people get bored. People get whatever. They want to just get attention, right? We know what the publicist said. Okay, fine and great. But don't go and jump the shark. Don't go above and beyond saying it could have been this. It could have been that. It could have been a number of reasons. But I know you guys are going to hate this. And I'll explain why. I'm saying it this way. Jason chose this. And why do I say this? Because my best friend Spencer chose the same path. if that is the path that they are going to stick with. And that is why I'm getting tears right now. So give me a second, guys. Okay? Don't mind the mess here. I know I twisted it that way and stuff and everything, but I had to come on now. Because if you guys saw me last week, I was not very professional. And I want to get my message out there to all of you to please, instead of innuendos, I can't think of the word because of my dyslexia, okay? Respect the family's wishes. You can give your condolences, everything. Everyone does that when a celebrity or a family member or anyone you know has passed. But don't go and try to belittle or accuse people of what happened. You don't understand unless you've been through when you lose someone to suicide. And trust me, I've lost a lot of friends to it. And it is their choice. And I had to learn that as a hard lesson. And which is why I know what Tammy and Jenna are going through right now. And I give them my condolences and everything to the family, because I had to go through that with someone I cared about. I had to go through that because one little thing, I may have not caused it. Somebody else may have, or something. The same thing. I don't know the whole story because no one will tell me the whole story on my friend Spencer. I had to find out on my own what happened. Because one brave soul told me the truth. And it hurt. Because you always say to yourself, if I had picked up that phone, if I had just spoken with them. You can say that all you want. And trust me, I have. Because I lost Spencer in 2017. And it took me a good while. For my heart to get to, I'm still crying, you know what I mean? But not to the point where I'm bawling out tears, you know? But it took me a while to rationalize that it was his choice. And there was nothing none of us could do. You can't blame anyone. Because trust me, some of Spencer's friends, who I thought were my friends, were blaming me because they thought if he got to me quicker, if he got to me sooner, because he was planning to leave his demons and everything and come to me. But there was a catch with it. Because even though Spencer loved me, and I cared and loved Spencer and everything, it was more Florence Nightingale syndrome. Because I had saved him once before when he tried to do the act of suicide. And his family at the funeral, I found out, said I had given them 7 years that they wouldn't have had with him. Most people make attempts. Most people are crying out. But there are people who, yes, have trials, tribulations, demons, and struggles, and can get through it without resorting to self-harm, violence, or anything like that, because they have a good support system, or they just know that there's not enough time to be like that. And I'll explain that later too. Unless you know me and you understand why. Ugh. So, this is why, in the situation with Jason David Frank, Tammy and Jenna, please guys, hold back your criticisms. Hold back everything that you think you know. Because we don't know. We don't know the truth. We don't know what happened. But if they do say suicide is the main that all these outlets are going with, then it was by Jason's choice. Because they choose this path. You couldn't have stopped them. I had to tell myself all the time with Spencer. I couldn't. So everyone had to tell me that too. I couldn't stop him. No matter how much I said, please stay, he wouldn't stay. He couldn't stay. His demons were too strong. And that is why I want you to give respect to the Frank family, to Jenna and Tammy and all the kids and everything. Give them respect in this time. This is why I waited to come on with this right now, because I wanted to see the backlash and what others were doing. Were they giving positive messages to the family, or they were trying to say something as a conspiracy and stuff? And what I saw disgusted me. And why, as my best, I'm trying my best to hold it together right now, because I am very mad at all of you. I don't care what kind of culture you want in society and stuff, but you can never erase somebody's pain. You can never erase somebody's hurt. Things make us who we are. That's why I tell you guys, wear your scars proud. Don't cover up anything. Be an annoying pest like me and tell everybody what's going on. Learn that. If one person won't listen, there'll be somebody else. You're not alone. But then you get these people that love to feed off people's misery. And I forget if it's a narcissist or a sadist. I think it's more a narcissist. But then there's a sadist who does like that too. But to see what you guys were doing during this, the good and the bad, I praise those who did beautiful tributes and everything. I praise those who did not speculate anything, who are waiting for the answers, who did loving messages to the family. I'm calling out those who think that it's a conspiracy theory. Those that think it's someone to blame, someone to... No. You want to crack up laughing? In 1993, I was a junior in high school. Was it? Yeah, because I graduated in 94. So technically when this premiered, so it would have been 93 into 94. So that might have been my senior year. I have to go check the notes and everything, but I had the biggest crush on Jason David Frank when he premiered on Power Rangers. And the funny part was, my friends were teasing me because there was a wide world search, well, mostly in US, for teenage kids ages 16 to 20 to play the Power Rangers. And my teacher, I didn't know did this, put me down for the role. Sorry, guys. Put me down for the role of Kimberly. Because of how they were just looking for people, right? But I had really no talent in the sense of at the time, because dealing with my dyslexia and dealing with everything else, all I could really do was my computer skills. So we thought maybe they'd go in a different direction and make Kimberly the brain. So my teacher thought that would be, thought it would be an idea. Because we didn't know what they were casting for at the time. It was just they were looking for a blonde, short, and I was like, I'll try and everything. But I never got to go to the audition because of my family. Being in entertainment was frowned upon. You have to be it by the books, headstrong, right? So I let that go, and then the show premiered, and I was like, oh, okay, and everything. So I said, maybe next time. So as the show progressed, I was in college, and I ended up learning some skills, honing my crafts and everything, and I ended up in Actors Rep. Through all my connections there and other connections and future connections, I ended up meeting most of the cast because of friends of friends and everything and stuff, and events that I would go to and stuff like that, sets that I would be on, and I just made fast friends with people. Conventions, everything and stuff, you name it. So I was known through all of them. I had met everybody, but I was just an acquaintance. Until that one day. And this is why I said I would explain later how I met and became friends with his mom. This is when Instagram, everything and stuff like that. So I had just become friends on Instagram with Jason. Because I already had known Johnny. I already had known from Anime Boston and everything. So through all the connections, I met everybody. Right? He had posted a comment about something with the White Ranger uniform or something. I think he was doing a charity event. And he had a stain or something on. I gotta go see if we can find that post. I commented about something, and his mom was like, how do you know about that? So I would conversate back and forth with his mom, and then she friended me. And we would talk. I would always send her messages. She'd ask me how I was, because she knew what was going on with my family and everything. Couldn't wait to talk and everything. And then when she passed, Jason had sent me a message, and I left it at that. Fast forward a few years later, I'm at one of the conventions I go up to him and I say hi and everything, because I had already been talking to the other Rangers and everything. And he goes, "You look familiar." And he was so busy because he was always doing things and stuff and everything. And I said, it's Gadget and everything. And he goes, Gadget. "Oh, you're my mom's favorite and everything. You know, till the end, she was always saying about you. You always would, right? Do you want a picture? Do you want, like," and I saw his line, and I just wanted to say hi to him and I didn't give him a hug, you know, because I had promised to give him a hug because he remembered finally the conversation we had. And basically, I just said, "No, you're busy." He goes, "Okay, right now you're an acquaintance, but next time I see you, we'll take a family picture. All right?" I said, "Okay, fine," and everything. Then the pandemic hits. And everything, you know? All the craziness. And I'm stuck not being able to go to conventions, everything. But I still was talking back and forth. But things here with my mom got worse. As you know on my personal page, I'm not going to go more into details, but people on my personal page know about my mom getting worse. And I was distant from everybody. Everybody in entertainment, but I was able to work behind the scenes. And I didn't mean to lose touch with everybody, but I was very distant. You know, and I had to be. The situation here was, and still is, very bad. Okay? So, come this year, I was able to get out for New York Comic Con and Anime NYC because the guidelines had changed, all the other stuff, and I was able to have some help with my family here. So I went to New York Comic Con, but he wasn't there. Like, it was too crowded. It was you couldn't get to see anybody, and he wasn't there. So I was like, okay. He was busy doing other stuff. Then comes Anime NYC, and I thought I could at least say hi to Johnny and everything, right? And come that Sunday, Johnny's not there, everything, right? No one wanted to tell me. And I couldn't get a hold of anybody because you could tell nobody knew at the con fully because the signals were bad at the convention. And like I said, when I got home, I broke. So I was on my personal page talking about everything and stuff. I even use the Dragon, oh God, the Dragon Zord theme when I was a DJ at WICR 5:30 a.m. Iona College Radio, which now Iona University. Ugh. Okay? That used to be my intro. because of everything. I used to do a tour through movie and TV soundtracks. So I have the single by Full Fledged from the Power Rangers Turbo movie. I have tons of Power Rangers stuff you don't see here because it's all boxed up. But there was one thing I did have, and I always wanted Jason to do because I wanted it donated. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, there was a fad that you would buy in a drugstore, posters framed of like the Power Rangers, everything, stuff like that. And I had about 6 or 7 of them in my closet. And I was going to have Jason sign one and give it to him to donate. Because people... It was something that they could auction off and everything because it was rare. Because how many people saved those posters from back then and everything, right? How many people, unless you're true Ranger fans, would you save it, right? And I thought this year, once everything gets better, then next year I would be like, let me get the posters out, have him sign, give it to him, and tell him, donate this, They're still sitting in my closet right now. I also was a junior Power Ranger. I have my card right over there in that shelf there. There were so many things that made me into Power Rangers, be part of the Ranger family, and then one of my best friend's little brother, you guys, if you watch the Jammers, the Power Ranger Jammers, he is the blue jammer, my little brother Arsenio. And, it's a small world we all live in. That is why I want you guys to respect everyone that is connected to it. I want you guys to respect Jason's family. We don't know what went on. Jason knows what went on. We don't blame others for what's happening right now. Please do not speculate. Please do not blame people. And if you guys do need help, contact, like if you're in New York, 311, and they will put you to the help hotlines for anything, suicide, depression, anything, anxiety. If you need help. I'm just upset that so many of you out there only see the bad in this. And only see the good, but not the compassion of it. Because that's what we forgot to have. Compassion. So, until it is fully documented, respect his family. Share your happy memories. Share your bad memories, good or bad. Because life is a yin and yang. And just remember, if someone needs help, don't turn a blind eye. Be that shoulder. Be whatever it has to be. But if they still decide by their own choice, you did nothing wrong. You did what you could do for them at the time. You gave them some hope. Sometimes their demons are so strong, you cannot fight them together. Because their weapon is the one weapon I hate, and that's a smile. Because you're seeing a smile, but you're not seeing what's behind that smile. When what I know of Jason, I understand his side, and I understand Tammy's side, and I understand Jenna's side. I know that sounded weird because of the way I speak, okay? Because now, Jenna, his daughter, was his clone, was everything. Jenna was everything to him. And she's probably so confused right now because of everything. And that's okay. Because she has her mom, and she has her family and everything and stuff. And she has the Rangers family. She has all of you. Because now you're her, like, the ones who should be.
Someone was detected at your front door.
At least when I'm live. This is where you have to laugh. Always when I'm live. And I can't edit this out because this is where I was going with this. I want you guys to show Jenna respect. I want you to show Tammy some respect. And the rest of his family the respect they deserve while they are mourning. So please. I'm taking it as a sign to end this video because it's been so long. But in this time, respect the family's wishes. And don't presume anything. We don't know the whole story. And we won't know the whole story. Because the only person who can tell us that is not here anymore. So please, respect, have compassion, and once a ranger, always a ranger. And what counts is what's inside. Not some costume, not some getup, not some gear. You're the hero that's in your own heart. So be the heroes and give them respect. All right? And also by me, wear your scars proud and be happy, be bright, and be you. Bye, guys.